Nigerians are one of the most defensive people I've ever come across on the internet space. If you try to talk down on anything that belongs to a Nigerian, just be prepared because they're going to come for you like an angry swarm of bees. So today I'm going to be attempting to make this jollof rice that every Nigerian is so defensive about. And I hope I make a Nigerian today proud. I hope I get it right. In fact, right now my emotions are all over the place. I'm so excited. And at the same time, I'm so nervous. I just hope I get it right. So stay with me. If there's ever a world war caused by food, I'm convinced it will be over jollof rice. The debates, the arguments, Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Cameroon, nobody is actually backing down. So today I finally decided to make Nigerian jollof rice, and honestly, I've been watching so many tutorials. I'm just hoping I do you guys proud. According to my beautiful friend who is a Nigerian, of course, she told me that the secret or one of the biggest tip in succeeding in making a good pot of jollof rice lies in the tomato base. You have to get it right from the base. So she told me roast your vegetables. Roast your potatoes, onions, your peppers, and did I say potatoes? Sorry, tomatoes. Yeah, so cut them into quarters and just place them on a baking tray, then add a little bit of salt and drizzle over some oil, and off it goes into the oven. While they are roasting, I'm prepping my protein. I'm using chicken legs and I want a bit of stock, so I'm lightly steaming them first. Nothing has been added except for salt, just to build a natural flavor. And this is the amount of liquid that it has. I'm just gonna set that aside. Make sure you keep checking your tomatoes and turning them so they don't burn. At this point my kitchen smells so heavenly. Once they are nicely roasted, blend them with the peppers into a smooth paste. Just look at that smooth, rich, silky. At this point, I almost changed my mind to tomato soup. No, Zeedel, stay focused. We are making jollof, okay? Now I'm taking a few tablespoons of that base, adding some thyme, and using it to marinate the chicken. My Nigerian people, am I doing this right so far? Let me know in the comments. By the way, welcome to my kitchen. This is the Flavor Lab with Zeedel. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let YouTube know I'm real. Next, I'm placing the chicken on the same pan I use for the tomatoes because we are not wasting any flavor here, and into the oven it goes. For the rice, I'm using natural long grain basmati. It's what I use here in Sweden for fried rice and white rice. And for what I've seen, basmati works really well for jollof too. And of course, wash your rice. No excuses there. Now, let's build the flavor. Heat some oil, add your chopped onions. And I heard if you don't like onions, you shouldn't even attempt jollof. Is that true? Once the onions are soft and fragrant, add your tomato paste. Fry it properly. Don't rush this step. Fry it until it darkens and starts to separate. And if you feel like it needs more oil, just add it. Once that paste is well fried, add your blended base and then stir it in. Then pour in your chicken stock, toss in some bay leaves, thyme, a bit of curry powder, and season to taste. This is my first proper test, so I'm eyeballing everything, but don't worry, I'll come back with exact measurements once I've mastered it. Let it cook for a few minutes, then add your rice. Stir everything together. The liquid should sit just slightly above the rice. Now cover with some foil just to trap in that steam. Then let it cook on low heat. And then when it's done, fluff it gently. You know your jollof is right when it has that deep, rich red color and every grain is coated. No watery stew, just pure flavor. And truth be told, I'm proud of this one. At least at this rate, the Nigerian Jollof Masters might start asking me for lessons soon. When I had this, I felt like it had more bell peppers than tomatoes. So next I'm gonna turn it down. But this, it was actually good. I paired mine with some sauteed carrots and some avocado, and it was actually so good. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Flavor Lab with Zeedel. Don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.